When it comes to celebrity weddings, the world expects a certain level of spectacle. A-listers tend to pull out all the stops: extravagant venues, couture fashion, and guest lists that read like a who's who of Hollywood. But on September 27, 2024, in the sun-drenched hills of Santa Barbara, Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco flipped that script. Their wedding was certainly star-studded, but it was also deeply personal, intimate, and, most notably, refreshingly unconventional. And if there was one moment that encapsulated the spirit of the day, it was their barefoot, choreographed first dance, a performance that left their loved ones, including Taylor Swift and Ed Sheeran, absolutely spellbound. Traditionally, the first dance at a wedding is a soft, romantic sway, an understated moment that lets newlyweds bask in the glow of their union. But Selena and Benny had other plans. As soon as the opening notes played, it was clear this wasn't going to be a typical slow dance. Instead, the couple, barefoot and beaming, stepped onto a plush carpeted dance floor and launched into a lively, meticulously choreographed routine. Drawing inspiration from iconic dance films like Dirty Dancing and Grease, their routine was equal parts playful and passionate. Guests watched in awe as Selena and Benny spun, dipped, and laughed their way through the medley. At one point, Benny even attempted the famous lift from Dirty Dancing, eliciting cheers and laughter from the crowd. The couple's chemistry was palpable, and their willingness to let loose set a tone for the entire evening. This was a celebration about joy, freedom, and being unapologetically themselves. For all its fun, the dance was just one part of a wedding that broke from tradition in meaningful ways. Gomez and Blanco's choice of venue, a private estate nestled among rolling hills, offered both seclusion and serenity, allowing their 170 guests to fully immerse themselves in the couple's world for a day. The ceremony itself was emotional and heartfelt. As the couple exchanged vows, Selena was visibly overcome, tears streaming down her cheeks as Benny read his promises. According to one guest, everyone there was sobbing, and it was extremely emotional. It was a raw, vulnerable moment, one that made the celebration feel profoundly real. The previous night, the couple had hosted a rehearsal dinner for close friends and family under a tent illuminated by fairy lights. Rather than opting for a traditional Western menu, Selena and Benny served Thai food, a nod to their early days as a couple. Their first dates often took place at a cozy Thai restaurant. Bringing those flavors to their wedding was a way to honor the journey they'd taken together. What stood out to many guests was how deeply involved Benny Blanco was in the planning process. Unlike many celebrity weddings, which are often orchestrated by teams of planners, Benny took the reins on design and decor. The result was a space that echoed his and Selena's shared aesthetic. Eclectic, inviting, and full of warmth. Velvet couches invited conversation in every corner. Persian rugs in deep reds and earth tones covered the floors, an intentional design choice, given Benny's aversion to shoes. That aversion became part of the wedding's unofficial theme: comfort and authenticity over convention. Both bride and groom spent most of the evening barefoot, as did many guests by the night's end. Florals were lush but understated, with arrangements in reds, whites, and browns, colors that felt both romantic and grounded. Candles flickered on every surface, casting a soft glow over the festivities. The decor wasn't about impressing outsiders. It was about creating a space where everyone, from Selena's longtime best friend Taylor Swift to Benny's musical collaborator Ed Sheeran, could feel at home. Of course, the guest list was a reminder of the couple's place in the cultural zeitgeist. Taylor Swift and Ed Sheeran both delivered touching speeches. Paris Hilton, Paul Rudd, and Steve Martin mingled with family and friends. But the focus never shifted from Selena and Benny. The mood was celebratory but not performative. Guests described the atmosphere as relaxed, joyful, and real, a far cry from the often staged feel of celebrity events. Selena Gomez, known for her fashion sense, wore not one but several custom Ralph Lauren dresses throughout the day. She began the ceremony in a classic silhouette, elegant, timeless, and understated. For the reception, she changed into a more playful, flowing number that made twirling on the dance floor a breeze. Benny complimented her looks with a custom suit, but before long, jackets were discarded, ties loosened, and shoes tossed aside. Perhaps the most remarkable thing about Selena and Benny's wedding was how determined they were to make it their own. They both just wanted to dance and have fun, one friend said, and that spirit was contagious. After the show-stopping first dance, the DJ spun a mix of old-school pop, indie hits, and Latin beats, a nod to Selena's Mexican heritage. Soon, the dance floor was packed, and laughter rang out into the night. There were no stuffy formalities, no rigid timelines. Instead, the evening unfolded organically. Friends and family sharing stories, spontaneous karaoke sessions, midnight snacks, and of course, more barefoot dancing. When the time came to cut the cake, a multi-tiered confection that blended traditional and modern flavors, the couple did it with their hands, feeding each other bites and giggling like teenagers. In an era when celebrity weddings are often more about spectacle than sincerity, Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco's celebration stood out for all the right reasons. It was lavish, yes, but never ostentatious. The guest list sparkled, but the real star was the couple's connection. Every element, from the Thai food to the barefoot first dance, felt intentional, rooted in their shared story and personalities. For their guests, the barefoot dance wasn't just a cute quirk. It was a symbol of everything the day represented. It was about stripping away pretenses, embracing joy, and creating memories that would last far beyond the Instagram posts and tabloid headlines. As the night drew to a close, guests lingered in cozy clusters, reluctant to let the magic end. "It was the most fun I've ever had at a wedding," one attendee said. Another described being in awe of how the couple had managed to make such a big event feel so intimate and meaningful. Selena and Benny's wedding will undoubtedly be remembered for its celebrity wattage and stunning visuals. But above all, it will be remembered as a celebration of two people unafraid to do things their own way, a reminder that sometimes the best moments are the ones where you kick off your shoes, grab your partner's hand, and just dance. And for everyone lucky enough to witness it, the memory of that barefoot first dance, full of laughter, love, and liberating joy, will linger long after the last song faded into California night.